So, because Army and Navy are playing this week, we have two bowl games. So, again, I did promise some college football bowl predictions, which will happen each week. Probably we're going to have this 3 weeks of bowl games. So, excited to do that. And welcome. Sorry about that. Welcome to college football predictions video for this week's bowl games. The only thing we have is 3 games. One is a regular season game that will implicate their finishing touches to the season. We start off the most important game of college football and it's being played in M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore. You have Army 6-5 team going up against Navy, who are 9-2 this season. 3 p.m. Eastern on CBS. Navy is a 4.5-point favorites. This is a rivalry, of course. If you're an Army and Navy fan, we all salute you, just like how John Cena does that. But let's talk about it. This is a huge rivalry game, a huge game, by the way, for both programs. Last year, I believe Army took it last year. If I'm right, maybe wrong. But this should be a fascinating game. Both teams love to run the football. They do this kind of formation where you have a quarterback there. The next thing you do is you have the fullback here and then the running back. So it's going to be that kind of running physical football game. Who had a better year? Navy had a good year, 9-2. They aren't 4.5 favorites. Don't keep an eye on Jeff Monken and Army. Do not sleep at that team. And being played in Baltimore, everybody's going to love this match because it's a huge game for both Army and Navy. I'm going to take Navy to pull off a 10-win season. Navy wins by 3, 20 to 23. Navy wins. Next up, you got the Cricket Celebration Bowl between South Carolina State and the Prairie View A&M at 12 p.m. Eastern on ABC. Listen, I don't know these two schools, but I'm guessing this is an FCS school battle. Congratulations to them. And they're going to be playing in Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta. So huge game for both of these schools. Nothing to play for, but I'll just say that shout out to South Carolina State, 9-3 year, going up against Prairie View A&M. Real good football team. Good test. I do think the line of scrimmage is what's going to come down to for these two teams. Give me South Carolina State winning it by 5. And finally, it's the Buckle Up LA Bowl. You got Boise State, 9-4 record, versus Washington from the Big Ten, 8-4 at 8 p.m. Eastern on ABC. Washington is an 8.5-point favorite. Both teams having some difficult years, of course. We'll start with Boise. Everyone had Boise State returning to the college football playoffs before the season started. And since that, it was not what they expected. They lost to South Florida in week 1 on the road. Things were not going very well in Boise. But they still managed to finish the season strong. And last week, they won the Mountain West Championship. And that's their third consecutive Mountain West titles. Congratulations to the Broncos. And yeah, it went from Boise State is a good football team with Ashton Jeanty to a team that felt like that was not a team that we expected from last year. A lot has changed. And Boise, this will be their last game representing the Mountain West, because then next year they're going to be transitioning to the Pac-12. So hopefully they can win something for the Mountain West one last time. They're going to take on the Huskies, who a lot of Huskies fans believe that they can make a surprising run. Maybe a Big Ten title game, maybe a bowl eligible year, which they do that. But there were still questions surrounding Jett Fish, who is in his second year as the head coach. Damon Williams had a career season, of course, with Washington. I know the game against Ohio State, brutal loss. But then last week was very close to upsetting Oregon, which they couldn't get that job done. And now they're not going too far, not too far from Washington to going to LA in SoFi Stadium. So huge game for these two teams. One of them is going to have to finish the season strong, and I'm going to say Washington prevails. I think it's going to be a close game. Boise 20, Washington 26. That's it for college football predictions video for this week, for this Saturday. So again, 3 games on Saturday, and then I will probably do a bowl game prediction video starting Monday, which will include Troy versus Jacksonville State, which will start on Tuesday, all the way to Friday, which will end Memphis versus NC State. So I'll be talking bowl predictions video every week, plus college football prediction video will still going on, and I will predict those college football playoffs next week. So for right now, that's it. And enjoy a huge rivalry between Army and Navy on CBS. If you haven't seen my other videos, go check them out on my channel. Of course, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell for more sports news.